and we want to talk to you today about treasure hunting. Patty's really big. Well, we both are very big on treasure hunting, but Patty actually has turned it into an art.
Well, sort of. I've always loved to go to garage sales and flea markets and places like that. Even as a child in the 60s, which not too many children in the 60s went to garage sales. Usually you probably couldn't even find garage sales. But our neighbors had a store downtown, and they went out of business, and they had a yard sale. And I remember taking my allowance and buying, things that you wouldn't really think a child would buy. Like I bought some really awesome statues, made in Japan during World War II, and just a poster. It said, "Suppose they gave a war and no one came," which I thought is totally awesome. That was the 60s, but just old things like that, and I've always liked antiques. And then, of course, when I got older, and more and more people were going to, secondhand stores and just any place you can find vintage items. I've always loved doing it, and now I make it kind of a fun thing to do with my grandchildren. They all love it. I have 4 grandchildren, and every single one of them loves to go treasure hunting with Grandma, which means you don't need a lot of money, and you usually try to find something that they can either use or, a toy or something they can use, or they're kind of looking now for things like maybe possibly they could flip or something like that, so it's fun.
And I used to do that with my son when he was little, because I would take and I'd give him a quarter or something, and then that he could spend that throughout the day while we were shopping, and came back with some treasures of his own. Oh, I used to love garage. Well, I still do. I love garage selling. I love Goodwill. I love and auctions. I used to love auctions, but now my house is full. I can't go to auctions anymore, so I don't, unless I decide to start selling it and making money, which is something that you do with your treasure hunting.
Well, I have. I've for a long time, I've put items online and sold them. For a while there, I was selling used books, more collectible type books, first editions, and old books that hopefully had some value. I wouldn't pick them up if I didn't think I couldn't flip them and make something from it. But I'm not doing that anymore, by the way. I did it on and off, and it's kind of not a fad, but it's something that I don't want to do long term for 25 years. But it's fun. It's something to dabble in. I'd say I dabble in it. I don't make a living from it, but...
Well, that's pretty neat. Well, and so that leads to a whole different topic another day, but I have some books that I think are collectible books that maybe you and I will have to look at and see if they're worth any money. I have one that was Gems of Literature and Patriotism, and it was like from the, I don't know, it was 1800s, 1900s, early 1900s, but so that sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But, so today, treasure hunting though, so you go to all the different places.
I go around to all of the thrift stores and garage sales when I can. I don't get to very many garage sales, but that is actually the best place to find the bargains.
Garage sales?
Yes, I think. I'll go pretty much, I don't want to name all the places. I don't know if we can or not, but any secondhand store, thrift store, garage sale, flea market, auction. I've only been to a couple auctions. I'm not real familiar with that process, but I'd like to learn much more about that. Maybe start doing a little more of that.
Well, my last job that I had was I was working on weekends and stuff, so I didn't get to go to garage sales for 2 whole summers.
Oh,
I'm in withdrawal right now.
Oh, wow.
Seriously. So I'm so excited that now I'm going to get to be able to start doing that stuff again, because I just love it. And like I said, my house is full now, so I'm going to have to turn it into a business if I want to get anything else, or it's going to have to be the one in, one out thing.
Yeah. Or we'll be calling a show about hoarders or something if Chris keeps it up.
We already have hoarders here.
Yeah, that's what you have to watch out for. It's okay if you're going to flip it. For a while I got into ceramics, and I don't know a lot about them. So I was, finding these what I thought were gems here and there. Well, I've got a back room that just has all these gems on the shelves, and I just got to get rid of them. So it gets easy to let things start to kind of accumulate. That's when you have to just, it's kind of ironic, because for all of the stuff I find and buy and bring home and think maybe I'll flip it, about 3-4 months later, I've got a few boxes out, and I'm putting all these back in boxes, and I'm donating them. I've seen stuff there that I have given them.
Okay, well, I have a theory, another theory, because here's the thing is, you can either go to all these thrift stores, to Goodwill, to all this for fun, and how much does it cost you? A few bucks. You know, you can go to a movie and it costs you $25 to have popcorn at a movie.
Oh, yeah.
You can go out to a bar and spend $25, $50 drinking and buying all your friends' drinks.
Right.
You could go gambling and spend $100 a night.
Right.
Or you can go hanging out at thrift stores and auctions and garages, and you got something to show for it, and you might make a couple bucks and you might not.
Right.
So, to me, it's just a fun pastime. Some people collect guitars, some people collect junk.
Right. And you have to enjoy it, because honestly, I don't do it because I'm saving money. I should. But for me, it's just something I've always kind of enjoyed. And like I said, my grandkids like it, so it's a great thing to do with them. You're spending time together. And
yeah. Well, and I'm a big bargain shopper, too, because I love even going to the big stores and looking for their bargains. You know, that's just, to me, it's just a treasure hunt no matter where I go. So it's a lot of fun. And I like that term, treasure hunting, instead of hoarding.
Well, yeah.
It's a much better term.
Yeah, bargain hunting, picking, there's all these different terms. But I've called it treasure hunting for a long, long time, just because I do it to find a treasure. Not anything that's maybe necessarily worth a lot of money, which would be nice, but it's more finding that little diamond in the rough, Do
you have certain things, like you said, you used to pick up ceramics. Now, for me, I like to find silver. I like glass. I like plates. So I've got several plates now that I think I'm going to sell. I'll try to find a way to sell those. So
I think we kind of gravitate towards, something of interest at the time when we kind of go that route.
What are yours right now? Do you have something that
No,
you
I really don't. I really don't. I'm no longer interested in the ceramics. I've always had an interest in books, so that's one of the things. I will take a look at the books anytime I'm anywhere where there are books, just, because I'll always like books. It's just, I've been that way since I was a kid. But no, for collecting, if something catches my eye, I've always liked furniture. I've always liked old, not just antique, but, vintage furniture. I think now what I would really like to do is get into repurposing with an artistic flair, not just buying something to flip it, but buying something to completely take it apart, maybe 2 or 3 different items, and create something completely different
kind of
from
have to
it.
be crafty to do that, though, don't you? A little bit.
I don't think I'm really a crafty person, but I think
so.
That's why furniture and things like that is a little bit different, I think, than the typical when I think of crafts,
Maybe we can make those future shows. Like, we can talk about collectible books, what makes a book collectible.
Yeah.
Another one, we could maybe talk about repurposing some stuff. Maybe you can take something apart and put it back together and show us what we need to do.
Sure.
So put that on for future. So just know, like I said, if you don't find one topic that we have very exciting, we're going to have more. We're going to try to get out of the studio and just have some fun. So, and just always remember, life should be an incredible buzz.